Good day everyone, I'm Hurley Borify Reviews here, back at it again with my review for the Kiwi Ears Altruva. Okay, but before I proceed, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core like I always do for the benefit of everybody, of course, including me. Since again and again, I won't be editing this extensively. English isn't really my native language, and at the same time I prefer writing reviews than recording them. So this will be the most unfiltered, even though my written reviews are pretty much unfiltered as well. Okay? Okay. So to give you an idea, the Kiwi Ears Altruva is an open back. Yes, it's an open back headphone that costs under around 80 US dollars or around 4 to 5,000 Philippine peso if we convert it to Philippine money. So basically this is one of the this is one of the few headphones, specifically open back over ear headphones that exist within that price range. So there isn't really a lot of options slash competitions that the Kiwi Altruva has to stand out. So basically I can clearly say right up at this point that the Altruva really stands out within this said price range. Okay, so here's the box. As you can see, the box is quite big. Yes, it is big. The Kiwi Altruva 50mm dynamic driver headphones. Yes, what I have here is the gray colorway. Yes, as you can see, it's the gray colorway. But you can also have the option wherein this is in like wood design. It isn't really wood, but it has the wood design. Okay. So as you can see, here's the box. Here's the parameters. I'm not sure if I can like put this here. As you can see, it has a sensitivity of 98 decibels with an impedance of 32 ohms. Yes, which is for an open back headphone, in my opinion, is quite easy to drive, but I'll tackle that later on. And yes, as you can see, it is in the plug type of 3.5mm with an adapter for audio interface, and it also has the cable length of 3 meters, okay, which I will discuss right now. Okay, so here is literally everything the Kiwi Ears Altruva comes with. If I were to nitpick right out of the bat, they could have included a pouch or a hard case for this one, for added longevity and for a good treat for everybody. But I understand that this is marketed as a studio. Yes, this is a studio. This is marketed as a studio headphones. So yeah, studio monitoring to be specific, but I'll explain it later on. Okay, so you'll get basically two sets of ear cups, which is the faux leather. As you can see, this is a squishy faux leather ear cups. This is by default, this is the what do you call this? By default, this is the pre-installed ear cups here with the Kiwi Ears Altruva, and the next one would be the velour ear cups, which I have here installed because I prefer it in the what do you call this, in velour ear pads, which I will discuss also later on. And as you can see, we have here the adapter for your audio interface. So this is a 6.3 to 3.5, and here's the cable itself. So the cable itself is stupidly long. It's like 3 meters. But again, this is marketed as a studio monitoring. Oh, it's raining. My apologies. But this is marketed as a studio headphone, studio monitoring to be specific. So that is quite understandable. Okay. If I were to nitpick, I would like to nitpick a couple of things here. First and foremost, they could have included a version wherein the cable is in normal length with a 4.4 balance connection. This will greatly help the Kiwi Ears Altruva to be driven properly, despite it being very easy to drive for an open back headphone. And second, do you call this? I don't know if the camera can, or probably the mic can pick up, but the connection here, with the Kiwi Ears Altruva, specifically this 3.5 here, doesn't have that satisfying click to it. See, it doesn't have any click or anything like that, but it is in firm, secure manner. But yeah, it's those small things that I would nitpick. Like, it doesn't really click, but it stays in place, so that's a good thing. But at the same time, it is one that I would nitpick. Okay. Here's the the Kiwi Ears Altruva itself. As you can see, it is literally open back. It is an over-ear headphone. As you can see, it has this swivel, vertical horizontal swivel here, but it doesn't have any left or right sideways swivel. But it is quite understandable, and at the same time, I had no problems with it when it comes to fit and comfort, because it is very comfortable due to this do you call this, I don't know, spring something suspension. I'd like to keep it that way, or name it that way, but there's that. So I had no problems fitting this in my ear. It is actually very comfortable with a metal. Yes, this is metal. This is a metal headband with a very good clamping force. I don't find it to be fatiguing on my ears. There aren't any specific hot spots or anything like that. I actually use this for like 8 hour stops a day for like 3 to 4 days, I believe, and I did not had any problems with this one. As for the build is okay. Actually, it is well done for a sub 100 USD open back headphone. But again, if I were to nitpick, I am seeing or feeling some slight paint chip here with the headband, which is understandable since again we're talking 100 USD here, and the materials on this one, while it may seem very durable, because it is actually durable for daily use. It isn't as premium when you are coming from a 200 USD headphone, like for example the Civica Answer, or probably a Sennheiser HD, I kind of forgot, 560 or 590. I kind of forgot what specific model is that one, or probably the Sony MDR CD900 ST. But it is, again, it is quite understandable for this price. Probably this is the most durable under 100 USD that I have experienced. Okay. Now, as for the drivability on this one, again, is very easy. It is literally easy to drive for an open back headphone. But at the same time, I would like to recommend you a fairly powerful USB dock slash dongle, because again, we're talking over-ear headphones. Over-ear headphones in general, in my opinion and based on my experience, requires an additional power than usual when compared to IEMs or even flathead earbuds. But yeah, the way I treat flathead earbuds is also the same as the way I treat headphones in general. So in my opinion and based on my recommendations, I usually recommend a fairly powerful source with headphones in general. So if you really want a dongle with the Kiwi Ears Altruva, I recommend you pairing it with a neutral warm-ish source. So I prefer pairing it with, like, let's say the X Duo Link 2 BAL, or probably the Fosi Audio DS2. Yes, these two can power and pair the Kiwi Ears Altruva just fine. But if you want a transportable dock, probably the cheapest that I can recommend to you to pair with the Altruva would be the Venture Electronics Megatron, because that one is a very powerful dongle. Yes, dongle. It is a very powerful dongle, or probably the Fosi Audio SK02, or again the X Duo Link 2 BAL, or something like that. Okay. Now, as for the ear cups, yes, again, there are two sets of ear cups slash ear pads that the Kiwi Ears Altruva offers, mainly this faux leather. This faux leather earpads, it is quite cushiony as you can see, and this velour earpads. To my findings, I find them to have a little bit of slight sound characteristics slash differences when used with the pre-installed faux leather earpads. I find the sound a little bit compressed. Yes, if I am making sense, the sound is a little bit compressed to my liking. It is also more energetic to my liking. The bass really hits harder and probably rumbles deep. At the same time, the treble is also more energetic here as well at the cost of the mids. The mids are noticeably a little bit more recessed, in my opinion, with the faux leather earpads. So I immediately switched to the velour earpads, which gives the sound overall a more fair and shared justice. The velour earpads, in my opinion, really pairs well with the Altruva because the sound is a little bit more less V-shaped, since the mids are a bit more forward here. It is still V-shaped, your usual V-shape, but at the same time it isn't as V-shaped when compared here with the faux leather earpads, and the bass and the treble is a bit more tamed when compared here with the faux leather earpads. So if you're using the Kivier's Altruva and you want something a little bit more versatile to your liking, you may use the Kivier's Altruva with the faux leather earpads. And yes, using or replacing the earpads here is quite easy. Just twist this one and it has this plastic here for you to replace your earpads if you wanted to, and you just slot this back in and twist this until you hear a click. Wait, yep, but yeah, as you can see, there we go. As you can see, yep, there we go. So, yep, the replacing the earpads of the Kivier's Altruva is quite easy. They made it easy, which is a nice touch, and is always a good treat to everyone. From my measurements, the Kivier's Altruva's ear cups will fit, or probably, yeah, will fit around 110 millimeters in measure. So, there's that. Okay? Okay, now what's the sound of the Kivier's Altruva? Again, just like what I've mentioned earlier, the Kivier's Altruva is quite V-shaped to my liking. It is V-shaped, it is a well-tuned V-shape in my humble opinion. But at first I do believe I was misled, since the Kivier's Altruva is marketed as a studio monitoring headphone. Studio monitoring headphones in general, from my experience, is more on the neutral-ish type of sound or flat-ish type of sound based on my experience. Like for example, the Sony CD900 ST, or probably the Bayer Dynamic headphones, the DT880, if I remember correctly. Those headphones are marketed as studio. They are marketed as studio monitoring, so they exhibit a neutral-ish or slight flat-ish sound profile, which I expected here with the Altruva. But what I got, or what I observed, that the Kivier's Altruva has a V-shape-ish sound signature that slightly leans more on the bassy side, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I wouldn't market this as a studio monitoring headphone, but more of an open back headphone that sounds really good, since again, this leans to a more bassier side of things. But I wouldn't call it too bassy or bass head levels. It is just plainly bassy, while at the same time the treble keeps, or slash it keeps up with the bass for it not to be drowned or absent at all in the overall sound. Okay, the bass on this one is mid bass dominant in my opinion, or based on my findings, it is mid bass dominant, but it does still have the sub bass that you'll actually need whenever the track calls for it. And the bass here in the Kivier's Altruva is well done. It is well tuned, it is well executed in my opinion. The attack and decay on the bass here in the Altruva is slightly on the faster side of things, but I wouldn't call it lacking, or I wouldn't call it absent in terms of the sound. It simply makes the sound cleaner overall, since the sound of the Keywords Altruva is a yes, it is a V shape, but it is quite clean for a V shape, for a basic V shape to be specific. So that's a good thing. Okay. Now, as for the mids on this one, again, in an essence, it isn't really recessed. It looked recessed because the bass and the treble of the Keywords Altruva is elevated. But in terms of presence, I wouldn't call it recessed. Not at all. The mids on this one is present. You would really hear the mids here. With the Altruva, it doesn't sound drowned, recessed, or anything like that. Not at all. It sounds present and, in my opinion, well placed for a V-shaped set. Lower mids on this one exhibits a good amount of thickness, since there is a tiny bit of warmth here with the Altruva, but not quite when compared to the HD58X Jubilee that I personally loved before, despite me not being a warm head or a person who prefers warm sounding sets. Okay, upper mids on this one, again, it has some elevation to it because, again, this is V-shaped with a good amount of clarity, air, and sparkle. Again, with the faux leather earpods, I find it to be a little bit energetic and probably prone to fatigue to those people with very sensitive sets of ears. But to my ears, I did not find it that fatiguing, but I did find it to be too energetic to my liking. So when paired with the Velour earpods, the energy of the upper mids, even the bass and the treble in general, is a little bit more toned down and leans to a more balanced-ish type of sound, which I prefer. So there's that. But overall, the upper mids on this one isn't really harsh or sibilant or anything like that. It isn't really peaky or annoying to begin with. It just has the energy like a V-shaped set would have. Okay? Okay. Now, as for the treble in this one is well extended. It does have the energy, but I wouldn't call it that annoying. But of course, those people with very sensitive sets of ears may find it a little bit fatiguing after an hour or two of using it. So, my suggestion or recommendation is for you to use it with the Velour earpods to tame that energy. Okay, micro details on this one is quite good. For a sub 100 USD set, actually it kind of rivals the headphones that I have reviewed and loaned or owned probably at some point in time within the 200 USD or under 200 USD range. So that's really a very competitive take for the Keywords Altruva. Okay, now as for the technical chops, of course, the soundstage on this one is expected to be wide. It is expected to be immersive, which the Altruva really delivers at the cost of isolation. Of course, this is an open back headphones. That thing isn't really a negative anymore because this is meant to or designed to be like that. Okay. So the soundstage on this one is wide. It is immersive. If I were to nitpick the height on this one, it could use a little bit more height, but I didn't notice it really at first. The soundstage on this one reminded me of the Sennheiser HD800, but not exactly like a one-to-one copy. What I mean by that is the Sennheiser HD800 or 800S to my ears is a wider than deep ish when it comes to the soundstage. Why the Keywords Altruva also exhibits that, but of course not as wide and not as immersive and not as grandeur with compared to the Sennheiser HD800. So let's give the credit where it is due. On its own, the Keywords Altruva has a wide expansive soundstage, but if I were to really nitpick, which I shouldn't if I were a consumer, it could use a little bit more height. But yeah, to my experience, I am very satisfied actually with the soundstage of this one, especially on concerts, podcasts, or even on casual music listening sessions. The soundstage on the Altruva is quite good. Separation and layering on this one is also good for its price. I wouldn't call it a a headphones for critical listening or something like that. Not at all. You shouldn't choose this for critical listening in general, but if you want to, of course, no one's stopping you. But to me, it isn't really. If you want something more meant for critical listening, probably go for the Hi-Fi Man HE400 SE on that one, or probably the Sundara. But there's that. Imaging is as precise as it can be. Okay, where should we compare this? We should compare this essentially with the Philips SHP 9500 and SHP 9500 and the Samsung SR850, because those two headphones are very notable to me, because I remember one thing that they share, which is sibilance. Both of those are sibilance, and both of those have a fatiguing upper frequencies to my ears. Do take note that I prefer neutral to brightish sets, but I find those a little bit blunt and fatiguing to my ears. The Gears Altruva does not have that. Okay? Now, where should we compare this next? We should compare this next with the Sivga Answer. Yes, of course, the 200 USD headphones, open back headphones to be specific, that I have reviewed recently. When compared, the Sivga Answer is a little bit more tamed. It is a little bit more warmer in the overall sound. But at the same time, it isn't as clean when compared to the Kiwirs Altruva, in my opinion. So there's that. Technical chops is noticeably cleaner on the Altruva as well when compared to the Sivga Answer, which means that, in my opinion, the Kiwirs Altruva is very competitive, actually going toe to toe with sub 200 USD sets. As much as I don't want to hype or to glaze slash sugarcoat the Altruva, it just sounds like that, in my opinion. I would like to give credit to the Answer, however, because it is warmer, it is not prone to any fatigues or anything like that, and it also has a more premium build quality, which is understandable and expected to its price point, because again, that's a 200 USD headphones, while this one is literally $80 US. So there's a huge price gap on that one. Okay, now where should we compare this next with? We should compare this next with the Sennheiser HD58X Jubilee. When compared, the HD58X Jubilee is a bit more warmer, a bit more muted in the treble, if you may. It is also smoother, yes, of course, and it is also thicker in sound, while the Altruva aims for a more cleaner V-shape approach. So there's that. Okay, where should we compare this next? Sure, we can compare this with the CD900 ST, but it would be unfair since that one is closed back and meant for studio monitoring, literally, while this one is only marketed for that, but doesn't really count as a studio monitoring headphone. So when compared to the CD900 ST, the CD900 ST is a bit more balanced and warmish to my liking. It is balanced or flat, to be specific with you, and it also has just a little bit of warmth when compared to the Altruva. When compared, the Altruva is a bit more warmer when to the CD900 ST, which is expected. But yeah, in my opinion, based on my preferences, I would pick the CD900 ST. But then again, the CD900 ST is within the sub 200 USD range, while the Altruva is meant for daily usage. It is open back. It is $80 US. So if you're talking value for money, the Altruva would be the best way to go. Okay? Now, I'll switch to the Tagalog version of this review for a quick summary and rundown. Well, etong si Kiwirs Altruva is nasa $80 or around 4 to 5,000 pesos. Open back siya, over the ear siya, and at the same time, madali lang siya madrive para sa isang headphones na open back. Pero, ayun nga, i-recommend ko pa rin na kailangan mo ng fairly powerful source dito. Kahit Megatron, okay na, actually. Or, probably, Tantrum Space. Ayan, kung may Tantrum Space ka. Or, X-Duo Link Tubal or something like that. Currently, nakalagay siya ngayon sa Zenduck V2 ko and maganda yung tunog niya doon. Okay? Ayun, ito yung accessories niya, sobrang bare bones pero expected na to sa price na to. If magni-nitpick ako, gusto ko sana na may pouch to or hard case man lang sana, 'di ba? Oo, tapos ayun nga, sana magkaroon sila ng version na 4.4 naman to, yung cable, and mas maikli yung cable. Since ayun nga, marketed siya as studio monitoring headphones, but at the same time hindi siya tunog studio monitoring headphones, kasi para sa akin ang studio monitoring headphones ay dapat neutral yung profile niya, or ayun, neutral or flat yung profile niya. Pero ito hindi siya ganun, V-shape siya na maganda yung tunog actually, slightly leaning sa bassy side na malinis, well done, maganda yung pagkakagawa. And ayun nga, may ear cup siya na itong faux leather nakadikit dito nung gamit ko to, medyo energetic para sa akin and prone siya sa peaks. Kaya tinanggal ko and pinalitan ko ng velour na kasama. Mas maganda na yung tunog niya, mas well balanced na siya, mas less recess na yung mids niya. So, mas goods na siya doon. Yung fit and comfort nito maganda naman sa tenga ko. Do take note, malaki yung tenga ko. So, ayun, sa akin, sakto yung fit niya, maganda yung comfort. Sa iba, sobrang cozy siguro nito. Okay? Okay. So, ayun, kung may $80 ka and gusto mong gumasa sa open back, ang pinaka-best na marirecommend ko is itong Altruva para sa akin. Sobrang bang for the buck niya sa, isipin mo, kaya niyang makipagsabayan sa tig 10,000 pesos na headphones, 11,000 pesos na headphones. So, dun pa lang panalo na talaga eh. Oo, para sa akin. So, ayun, balik na ako sa English review na itong Kiwi Ears Altruva para sa verdict. Okay? Okay. So, what's my verdict here with the Kiwi Ears Altruva? As much as I would love to not hype or sugarcoat or anything like that, the Kiwi Ears Altruva is probably the best headphone, the best open back headphone that I can recommend you under 100 USD. It is simply unmatched at this point by the time that I record this video. And this can go toe to toe with headphones within the sub 200 USD range. I actually prefer this Kiwi Ears Altruva than the Sennheiser HD58X Jubilee. I actually would like to go with toe to toe on this one with the Sony CD900 ST, which also I really like. If I were to nitpick, or if I were to choose between the two, and money is not really an option, I would buy both. But if I were to pick which performs in its, or punches above in its price point, I would prefer the Kiwi Ears Altruva, because again, it is open back, it is very comfortable in the climate here in my country, which is tropical. So having an open back headphone, if you really want headphones, is a really nice touch. It is a very good privilege or advantage, if you may, when compared to a closed back headphone. So there's that. So again, for $80 or 100 to 150 US dollars, the Kiwi Ears Altruva is probably the best that I can recommend to everyone, basically everyone, as long as you are not looking for that studio monitoring type of sound wherein that is neutral. Okay? And that ends my review for the Kiwi Ears Altruva. Again, I'd like to thank Linsole for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core, like I always do, for the benefit of everybody, of course, including me, since again, I won't be editing this extensively. English isn't really my language, or my native language rather, and I prefer writing reviews than recording them. Okay, as for the backlogs, I still have the Hydis MS2 Pro. I still have two products that are coming along the way, so thank you for stopping by, and please be patient with me. Thank you for stopping by, and see you on the next one. Isa pa.